Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I just wanted to show you guys the lighting situation. The electric is fine. Okay, the electric is fine. This is just how dark it is inside, same time of morning because of the storm. It's a little stormy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on this light here. Just wanted to show you. Ooh, hurricane. I know. Oh, okay. Let's get some light in here. How's everybody doing? Good morning, good morning. Alright, prayers to everybody, of course, during the storm. I'm sure you've all heard about it on the social medias and the news. We're all good. We're okay for now. It's gonna be fine. Okay. A little bit of anticipation coming through. Alright. Well, God bless you guys. Let's go ahead and get started with the daily message for today. And we'll see if we have time for First Chronicles. I do want to allot a nice segment to First Chronicles, which we may or may not be able to do today. Let's see. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and begin. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Alright. Wonderful. Okay, so we have a little bit of an interesting line. I'm sure we've read this before. It sounds very familiar. You see the critters in the background having a good time. You can enjoy them while I get myself set here. This is from Surah 29, Ankabut, which means the spider. Kind of an interesting thing to title a Surah. And we always love to see where the spider comes into play. Again, that takes more knowledge than I have. More reading in a set amount of time. The spider. I will tell you, I did see a spider this morning. I see like little things, you know, little webs, and I might see a little spider. I don't go investigate just to give it some privacy, but I did see one crawling by my trash can. I don't bother. It was small, you know, it had a weird little bobble on its butt. Like, I think it was its body. Hopefully not eggs, who knows. But, yeah, maybe second thinking back on it, might have been some kind of something. Okay, just let it be. Oh, hi. Say hello to Miss Shishi. Hey, Shishi, you can't really be on here. Okay. So this Surah, line 8, reads, "We have enjoined on man kindness to parents. But if either of them strive to force thee to join with me in worship, anything of which thou hast no knowledge, obey them not. Ye have all to return to me, and I will tell you the truth of all that ye did." Okay. So that is, you know, interesting, but it makes sense. And we know the commandment, honor thy father and mother, right? Have honor for them, have respect for them. You know because you are great. Your parents are also great. Although, right, if the religion that you're being raised upon is not resonating, is not fitting, you know, there's no fault in you taking a different path. Or there's no fault, right, if you're having less connection with a certain mode of living, okay? There's no fault with you deviating and finding Lord really on your own. Finding Lord how you see fit. Finding God how you see fit. Where you might most connect. Okay, this is often, you know, a struggle that we can deal with. I still think, you know, it's a popular concept to have your children be brought up in the same ways that you were brought up. Or maybe as parents, we weren't brought up with anything and we'd like to, discover things for ourselves as our parents did not, as their parents did not. And then we also want our children to enjoin thee. But if they have no knowledge and no worship, will it be, no knowledge, will the worship be genuine, right? If they have no knowledge, if they have no true connection to what you're trying to present to them, will it really be genuine, right? I think the effort, should be there. The effort should be there. Join with me. But this is truly too, this is really a nod to, I would say, idolatry, right? It's saying if your parents are idolatrators, there is no harm on you for, taking a different path. That's okay. I mean, you should, right? You should stay away from that. Hast. No knowledge. And it actually does say here, obey them not, right? I think going through the Catholic faith mostly for my formative years, for my middle school years, it was helpful and I think it was interesting. I have all the prayers, right? I have the prayers. Those are very good weapons to hold with me and to keep with me. Although when I do try to pray freelance, just kind of saying what's on my mind, it's very, very difficult. I get a little flustered, especially if it's in front of somebody. In front of just the Lord, it's a little bit easier. But in front of somebody, I get flustered. I don't know what to say, how to say it. So that's the one thing, because I have just the set prayers so ingrained. It's easier for me to assign meaning to it now versus just saying what's on my mind, because that can be 1,000,002 different things. Yeah, Mr. Snack Attack here. Hold on.
All you ask for in life, at least that's all I ask for.
Okay. So with that too, so the knowledge of prayer was helpful, right? The Mass, I enjoyed. The Mass was sometimes a burden, sometimes fun. Although if you were to ask me to try to remember a sermon or something like that, it would be nearly impossible. Trying to think back and remember a message that was spoken about during Mass in church, I would have absolutely no idea. Of course, this was some years ago, so no fault to me. But really, I think even if someone were to ask me what was the sermon about, maybe the same day, right? Immediately, I could think of a few points, but really my mind's blank when it comes to that stuff. The sermon, I would have no idea, what was said. It really, because nothing stuck with me. So it's a little unfortunate in that respect. And I remember we go through the sacraments in the Catholic faith, okay? Baptism, of course, very young, okay? It's not something that's done like a lot of Christian denominations, maybe a little bit later when you're a little older. Baptism is very young. Communion is also very young, but, when you're walking in like 2nd grade, something like that, 3rd grade. Then you go on to confirmation, reconciliation in between the communion and the confirmation. And reconciliation is just the telling of your sins. I was mean to my sister, fought with my parents, those type of sins, right? So going on to the confirmation, I was very unsturdy. It was something I did not want to do, but it was something that our whole class was doing. So how would it look on me if I were to just not do it, right? I kind of said it. I think it was just a more so like, oh, fighting with my parents. I don't want to get confirmed. Kind of the bratty teenage. It's done when you're in 8th grade, so you're on the brink of your teenage years. So it was something that didn't sit with me, mainly because of my moodiness, but of course we do have to pay attention to that. I did it, right? Glad I did it. Was the genuine there? Was the, you know what I'm trying to say. Was it genuine? I don't know. I couldn't say much. I do not remember too much about that except for the party after and the dress that I wore. Okay. But, a memorable moment for that part. But anywho, right, don't feel like you need to be forced. Things sometimes we just go along to please others, right? But definitely find a path that's appropriate for you, even if it's completely your own path. We always talk about, you know, there's no real need to subscribe in the eyes of society to a faith. It's important, it should be important for you. If you feel like it's important for you and you would like to join in a faith, I think that's good. You just have to want to do it. Because if it's genuine, it's genuine. And it helps. If it's not, then, you know, what was the point, right? So, that's pretty much all I have to say. You can say hi to Tom. Little munchkin. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have for you today. 8:32. I could go into First Chronicles, but I'm just procrastinating. It might be something I have to do later. Okay? Perhaps over lunch. Give us an official 30 minutes right now. We'd have about 25 minutes. She keeps wanting to go in the room because it's warm in there. The AC does not work in the room. It's warm. She likes it in there. Okay. Is that true? Is that true? But yes, on that note, I do not have a hurricane title for you guys. I'm sorry. But maybe we do. I'm going to put follow your own path. Much like the hurricane and its path, we're going to follow our own paths as much as we try to control and predict and do such and such thing to ensure we will certainly be on our own path, just like this hurricane Helene. Oh, there we go. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you for listening. I will talk to you sometime soon. Bye-bye.